Hi guys. So I'm going to be talking to you about gratitude journaling. Now, have you ever wished you could be like one of those people who they're just happy for no reason? Like they're so joyful, even though there doesn't seem like there should be anything they're happy about. They're so happy they actually seem like they're a little bit mentally ill. Well, if you do, stick around. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that in a very practical step-by-step guide. So this practice I like to call gratitude journaling, and basically the goal with this practice is you spend a few minutes a day doing it. I do it at the same time every day, and what this does is by holding yourself in a state of gratitude for a prolonged period of time, you're strengthening the connections in your brain that are responsible for happiness. All right. And so even when you're not doing this practice, even when you're not actively trying to feel happy, your resting level of happiness will be higher as a result. Say like 5%, 10%. This practice is really effective, right? Sounds great, right? So what is the practice? Get on with it already. So what I want you to do is pick a time ideally at the same time every day. I will say ideally in the morning or right before you go to sleep, simply because those times of day, according to research, seem to be the most effective times of the day for engaging neuroplasticity, which is the fancy sciencey name for like the rewiring of your brain to work in a different way. This happens all the time, by the way. I'm not going to get into that. So 3 minutes a day, I would say ideally put it right before your deep journaling session. Deep journaling is just, I called it just journaling in the other video. So go and watch that if you haven't, because that's also really useful. 3 minutes a day, think of 5 things that you're grateful for. It is that simple. Think of 5 things that you're grateful for. Get a notepad and pen, write them down. I'd ideally keep the notepad and pen by your bed just to make this whole process a lot easier. Give me a sec. Sorry, I was just rambling on a bit. I could feel my heart rate speeding up. So, think of 5 things you're grateful for. Literally just write, thank you for, it's important you phrase it in this way. By the way, thank you for my bed. It keeps me warm and comfortable. Thank you for my dad and his good cooking. Thank you for my water bottle and how it keeps me healthy, right? The goal with this is keeping yourself in that prolonged, I've already gone over this, but keeping yourself in that prolonged state is the absolute most important thing. In fact, it doesn't matter what you're grateful for. It doesn't matter how many things you say you're grateful for. All that matters is keeping yourself in that state, because that is what will engage the neuroplasticity. So do this at the same time every day, in morning or evening. If you can't do it in the morning or evening and you have to do it some other time of the day, absolutely go for it. Ideally, I would say right before your regular journaling session, just because having that context will make it a lot easier to stay consistent with it, which is another main point. And that's it. Really, that is it. It is that simple. Just do this every day, consistently. Stick with it, okay? Because if you don't stick, I don't want to see any little bitches like giving up on the practice after like a few days, saying I don't feel any different, and like crying in my comments. You have to stick with it. Give it a week, 2 weeks, and then come back here and tell me how you feel. Okay. I can guarantee you, if you stick with this, I can guarantee you that if you stick with this, your baseline of happiness will go up by 5, 10%, maybe 15%, right? It is a phenomenal practice. That is all. You guys have a good night.